Alright, it is time for our final mission on the mainland continent of Tyria here. The Deldrimor dwarves that helped us in the northern Shiver Peaks have now called in a favor so that we will free their capital city in the southern Shiver Peaks. And that is Thunderhead Keep. So it's time to begin. Again, comp changes, not much is different. You can go to Great Northern Wall, Dragon's Lair, and Borless Pass if you want explanations for each of my heroes. So we'll get started. So here we're going to be fighting with Jalus to take out all of the Stone Summit. This is split into 4 parts. Get into the city, clear the fort, defend the fort. Which is the defend part has a Stone Summit section and then a White Mantle Mersat section. And the bonus will be happening during that part as well. For the most part, Stone Summit aren't much different from before with the hard mode versions of these in Borless Pass and Frostgate. There's just more of them now. Actually, we're going to summon you now. Just because I hate dealing with the ice golems. They're so annoying. Yeah, knock him down instead of me. But yeah, if anything aggro's, Jalus is going to fight it. And King Jalus is incredibly annoying, because if he dies, we all die. His soldiers don't matter. They can go on. The nation of Deldrimor will survive without them, but not so much without their king. It's the knockdowns that never end. This is why the Stone Summit are so annoying. Oh my god, counterblow too. It's like, yes, I could run... Oh, we aggroed another group. That'll happen. And one of them is the judge. I'd prefer he not deep freeze my entire back line, so I'm going to go after him first. But yeah, this mission in particular, it's very important that you have some form of enchantment disruption. So Shatter Enchantment and Drain Enchantment on Norgu. It's pretty much his job to deal with it. Each of these yellow pings you're going to get corresponds to one of the mobs you're going to have to clear in the city. And they'll go every few minutes to remind you of which ones you need to get. Or when they first come into radar range. I believe there is a total of 10 groups you have to clear for this part. But yeah, they're gonna ping you everywhere. Good lord, 53s! As I then proceed to hit all of them for 53s. That's what happens when they have the high ground. Obi-Wan has taught you well. Oh, never mind, it's only 8. Yeah, typically I run this way first because the next section you have to go to is this corner here. So I just sweep through in this direction and go west to east. So that way I end near the area we go to next. A 96 from the Ranger. That's crazy. Well, we'll see if I get another minor armor and see if the Visha streak continues. I doubt it will continue, but it would be funny if it did. Oof, 100. What is with these rangers? They buffed the bow skills recently, or what? They miss a patch? As I do not remember them dealing triple-digit damage off the bow shots. So here's our final 3 groups. Note one of them does have a boss. We did not roll the monk boss, which can happen. So the judge that we saw earlier and this dude here can be among the random bosses you roll. I think there's a third one up above that you can get. I believe you can get any of the core classes or professions in this game. Yeah, we're gonna end it by taking on the boss. Wow, all 3 soldiers are still up. They're troopers today. But yeah, it's mostly going to be rangers down here. Once we get above, it's going to be a lot of heretics. But here we go, final group. It's the boss there, which... Oh, it is the ranger. I thought it was the necro boss. How do you hit only for 65 when all your buddies are hitting for hundreds? They just crit me every time. That's crazy work. Oh no. These guys are idiots. Unfortunately, when they're stupid like this, you have to kill them from down here. Because you need Jalis to open the door up ahead. See if I can get hits on more of them. Okay, good. Maybe you can get Jalis to leash if you run far enough away, but yeah, just keep an eye on him. So, once you approach the door, should continue the mission. Jalis will use Claim Resource to open the door, and you'll be on your way. So now we're on to the third part here, which is Clear the Fort. And here they come, the heretics running down as as with the schedule, right on program. Double check, are there any other bosses up here? No. Oh, Fellblade. I used a Fellblade for a long time. My very first run in the Fissure of Woe, I got a Fellblade drop, and I used that for ages until I got a Fiery Dragon Sword drop. Then I used that for a while until I got a Destroyer Sword, and then I used that. Which I still have said Destroyer Sword. It's right up here. Alright, so now we are clearing out the rest of the fort, which will include getting revenge on Dagnar Stonepate. In case it's been a while for you, this is the dude that killed Prince Rurik. It's not spoilers at this point. We're like 15 missions ahead of when that happened at this point. 16 missions, in fact, because that was mission 6. Alright, remember these 2 stone beacon or storm beacons exist? So when it comes to clearing the fort, I prefer going around and then dealing with Stone Pate last. And the reason I do this is so I don't accidentally risk aggroing them while I fight the boss. I'd rather clear them first. Oh, there's the... Wonder what that giant group of Stone Summit is doing out there. How suspicious. I'm curious about this. Oh no, one of the soldiers finally went down. What a shame. What happens if I use the firing lever? I'm very curious. Oh, please let me. Oh my god, please let me. Oh, we are doing this. Too bad it won't show me their health bars. But I know this is killing them. If this reduces the amount of mobs I have to fight at the beginning, I will take it. Nice. So yeah, obviously we have Ballistae here, there, because if it's not obvious that we're going to have a defend event after this, well, there's your warning that we will have a defend event after this. So we're actually going to kill, or at least I'm going to try to kill Stone Pate last. This is why Crippling Anguish is incredibly annoying. They're already dead by the time I get there. And this is why I killed them, tried to kill them before Dagnar. Alright, so bonus, light the beacons to draw additional Mersat forces. So in order to do that, we're going to take our good buddy Master of Whispers with us. So there's an enchanted torch here. You use it to light the beacon. And there's one by each torch, or by each beacon. So you can either send a player to each one, or barring you can't do that, it is best to actually drop the torch and then run. We'll have some smoke phantoms here to help us. Kilbron summon them. But for now, we're keeping an eye out. And once you've lit them, you are done for now. The Mersat foes will start coming in. And you're not going to get to find out if you did the bonus successfully for quite a while. Alright, so here come the Jades. Clear this side first. And you can choose how aggressively you're going to tackle this. You have three options. Either one, option one is you go hold by Chalice. That one's going to take the longest. However, it's the one that's the least risky of having something sneak through. Option two is you sprint between each of the gates. I'm kind of going to do that for the most part early on. And then option three is you go ultra aggressive and spawn camp. Which that one is extremely difficult to do correctly. But that's the one we are going to be going for. Trying to get all their giant stomps now while they're out of range of the casting line. But yeah, I'm basically going to just run between each of the gates during the first wave here until we fought the Stone Summit boss. Then I'll be trying to switch over to option 3. I don't know the spawn camps as well for the Stone Summit. On top of that, we aren't clearing them nearly fast enough to be able to get away with it. Alright, so Bolus Hill Shaker. Let's get Strength of Honor back on. I'm going to trust the Smoke Phantoms to hold out for a little bit while we go this way. And the more aggressively you play this... Ooh, this is the Monk Boss. Oh my god, I hate when they do that. But I'm sending the Mesmer after him, so... Alright, that's 3. Should be done with these. Mesmer should be single-handedly taking them out for me. Perfect. Alright, sprint us back, please, Master of Whispers. So it looks like both Smoke Phantoms have been cleared out, so we don't have that defense anymore. But we do have Spirits holding out now. Yeah, a major advantage in this mission is if you can get Spirits planted out in front of the Smoke Phantoms to serve as a wall for them. Then they can sometimes single-handedly take out a wave. Alright, looks like we have officially transitioned to White Mantle. Since we have killed the Stone Summit boss, which means I will be trying the aggressive route when I get an opening. So in order to do that, you have to fully wipe out a side. We've got this side virtually wiped out. Get a Stunning Moon Slash going, and then we're going to run. I'm just going to trust the minions to handle it from here. So we've cleared that side out pretty well. So now we're going to need to sprint over here and try to clear out the other side and get enough of a lead that we can see if anything tries to sneak in from over on the opposite end. So we get the Just Assure there to run at us. Get the Elementalist here. I'm going to keep an eye out ahead of schedule. Flag them for a second to deal with Just Assure while I run forward. Okay. Alright, we're not making it. So I'm gonna play this. Oh my god. Heroes, you fail again at this! Oh my god. Ugh, if they had done what I needed them to do, this would have been easy. Yep, I knew that was coming. Good job, thickheads. It's gonna get you there in front so you could be prepared for the defense, but you failed. But yeah, in hard mode, getting to the point where you can overwhelm and spawn camp is not easy. You might be, with multiple people, you might be able to split into groups to pull it off, but alone, it's not always guaranteed. Once this Rit's dead, I might try it again. Maybe with like an Essence of Celerity, so you have that permanent speed boost going. You can pull it off, but Master of Whispers here has not been doing too hot for our speed boosting. Instead, we're going to keep going with Method 2 here and just trying to keep things cleared out. Let's try to get them pulled early. If you are able to see the Dwarven soldiers, by the way, on both sides here, so these guys, if they're still alive, you are still eligible to get the bonus. Alright, that works. Alright, Master of Whisper, send us to the other side. perfected cloak. Is that the warrior boss? Oh, it's the ranger. Okay. I'm like, I know the Jade Cloak exists, but that's different. That doesn't appear yet. But yeah, I think once you get it to just Mersat, you do have a chance at outrunning. Oh my god. Bloody Mersat. There we go. Send us running. Master of Whispers, you gotta sprint, bro. Yeah, if I end up doing this where I'm just running between all the spots, I don't get to show Method 3, I'll at least show you where you stand for it. And don't worry about looting anything, by the way. Alright, we might have a shot at this if Master of Whispers can actually get us all to sprint! Yeah, because I can trigger the bow and the Ellie, run them up to the spot. And doesn't look like we've had anybody else yet. So here we go. Yeah, sometimes you just have to be patient with it. So while they fight the Ellie there, I'm going to pull these. And with this, you can start spawn camping. Just slowly fight your way up past all of these mobs. At this point, just to be extra careful, you can flag your heroes there at that choke point, and they will track anybody, and you can watch out Iron Hammer from here. And just make sure nothing else got through from that other side. So it looks like we're safe. Looks like we'll be fine. Yeah, usually I get to this state much faster. That's kind of dependent on Master of Whispers hitting with his speed boosts. Alright, we're going to be fighting a lot of Mersat here. Yelly first, and then the armor shouldn't be too bad with displacement around. It's just going to be annoying for me. Yeah, you can see they're spawning in right up here. So if you can get to this point here, you can literally just spawn camp them and fight them all here. Which is definitely the fastest way to do this mission. And also the most fun, if you ask me. So at this point, if you've got multiple people, what you can do is you can send people one at a time to go out and loot all their stuff. Which is what I am going to do now. There's just a long break in the action here. See if we get anything good. Nope, nothing good there. Lieutenants, I don't think is the good one. I'll just have them keep up shelter, union, and displacement while I'm gone. Just click the wrong button. Oh, I forgot to check if the other dwarves are alive. Oh, they're actually fighting something. I think. Oh, looks like everything's still fine. Yep, they are actually fighting something. Yeah, you can also take this time, get some cardo in if you need it. Go do your scraping. And yeah, so the dwarven soldiers over there are also up, which means bonus should be safe. Yeah, if you take too long to light those beacons at the very beginning, that's what can cost you the bonus. So that's why you drop the torch if you're running across solo. Whereas a group of two, just one goes to the eastern beacon, the other goes to the western one, and it's not even a problem. But now we wait. We just deal with these Mersat one at a time. Until eventually we will get a group with Confessor Dorian, at which point that is the final one, and we are done. So yeah, this mission just feels long because you're waiting for all these mobs. Oh, there's two this time! How exciting! But yeah, we're just gonna be sitting here and spawn camping them for the next, like, hopefully should be done within 5 minutes. But we'll see how long it goes. And if you are doing cartography, make sure you run into that cave up there. This is going to be a long video because I'm going to have to run to the next spot too. That means running through Perdition, which will take a bit. Although it's not going to be the longest video. I'm pretty sure that one's still yet to come. I disagree, Gwen. I don't think all the iris flowers are dead. I'm pretty sure I know at least 4 maps that have an iris flower in them. And before you ask what the 4th is, it's Barbarous Shore in Alona. Those who know, know. I'm pretty sure you can think of what the other 3 are. I'm nervous. I'm starting to think I'm going to be too complacent here, and I'm just going to get destroyed by Dorian's group. Because I'm just playing lax right now. Like, I'm literally just playing with one hand while I check my phone and drink water. Nope, there's Dorian's group. Right then. Bye-bye, Dorian, and bye-bye the rest of his entourage. There we go. So now what that's done, you just have to go back and talk to Ironhammer, and that finishes off the mission. At this point, if you have not done any exploration that you needed to do, there's still items you need to pick up, this is the time to do it. But I did all that earlier to save myself some time. Because we have been in this map for 30 minutes now. Yes, I know, talk to Ironhammer. We're getting there. We're working on it. Yep, well, you did your job. There, now we have been officially in for 30 minutes since I last summoned him. Is that the first time he's timed out in one of our missions? But there we go. There's the bonus, and then the complete mission. If you are watching this for the first time, do not skip this cutscene. You need to watch that one at least once. Alright, but now we are in the Ring of Fire, which means we are swapping over to an Icy Dragon Sword and conjuring Frost instead to counter them. That's, how much? Should be fine with a full bag. So Shadow here gives you the mission, I believe, to progress forward, but before we do that, quick shout out here to Dak. Dak holds every single non-elite skill that's available in Prophecies. A very useful skill trainer to have. So when in doubt, if you need a skill that's core or Prophecies, Dak's gonna have it. But anyways, let's continue on to the next mission. So Shadow will actually give you the mission that tells you where to go for this. We're gonna do this anyways. This will be the final time I actually run you to a mission, because from here on out, you're not going to be able to progress anyways without the primary quest, so I shouldn't need to show you what to do. So quick note for Perdition Rock, that area right there is a trap. Pretty much this entire first loop is a trap. There's like 6 or 7 different mobs that all coalesce on that one location. So if you're vanquishing this area too, you have to be very wary of that. So now first up here are these ether seals. I'll talk about them in more detail in the Ring of Fire, but when you're near them, you can note they're just draining your energy, and they also reduce your energy regeneration. So whenever you're fighting anything near an ether seal, that seal is your #1 priority to take out. Anyways, we'll now continue this way. We'll go to the Drakes first. So the Drakes are Ellies, a lot of fire damage. There is a case to be made when running through Perdition Rock to have somebody bring some sort of like mantra flame or something to take less damage from fire, but it really does not matter. Alright, we're gonna be careful here. I don't feel like fighting an entire gigantic mob, so we'll pull the Breeze Keepers in. Yeah, especially if it's the Mesmer Hydra boss. I'm going to bow it because I don't want to pull. So, 'cause I don't want to pull. 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 'Cause I don't want to pull So Captain Grumby down there, if you are doing the primary quest, there are some guys you'll have to kill up there. But otherwise, talking to Captain Grumby here will take you out to the next outpost, which is where the next mission will be. There we go. Take me across, and we're here. So here we are, Ring of Fire, the very first mission in the Ring of Fire chain, which is what we will be doing in the next time. So again, as always, hope these guides are helpful, and we'll see you for the next one.